Anyway, Kyle Shanahan. Now we're jumping into the top dog of the head coaches of all the all the coaches on the squad. The big one, Papa J's favorite one of all
Papa
time.
J's probably giving him an A+ on the season. We know that.
Papa J fucking loves that guy. He thinks he's a stud. We're going to take a look at Kyle Shanahan and what we think of him today, based on before we started, based on a scale from F, completely the worst job known to man, to the best job in the entire league. And then we're going to try to like meet in the middle here logically. Okay. That's what we're trying to do. Now, let's go ahead and talk about it. What do you give the Kyle Shanahan in 2024? Like, I'm thinking about it.
I mean, if you know, I'm gonna say C+. I mean, that's being kind of I mean, I'm giving it a little higher grade than I probably should.
Really?
I do because
you're not my grade.
Well, because I think he my whole thing was he abandoned Jordan Mason way too early.
True.
He gave up on your golden goose egg, and the guy was leading the NFL in rushing. And then as soon as McCaffrey came back, you went to that, and he couldn't even do anything. I mean, it was terrible. Or I think and so I really didn't like it, and I just wasn't a big fan of our offense this season. He wouldn't change his scheme for anything this season. He got too stubborn. He's like, my scheme's going to work. I'm going to keep throwing these quick screens that don't work for crap this whole entire season. I'm going to keep throwing the ball to Debo on these short screens that everybody keeps on blowing up and don't work. And I mean, I'm going to give him a C+ because I'm feeling a little bit generous. My coffee hasn't kicked in yet. I'm not going to be a complete asshole this morning to him.
You could say I agree with you on the scheme thing where he was just constantly like as if CMC was still out. Like I almost think that it would have worked if CMC was out there because he was doing shotgun plays that I think were way more catered to CMC. And I think he went into this season with the thought of CMC being the main focus because you can kind of tell like these plays would work with CMC than it would with because when you're in shotgun and you got CMC next to you, that means the defense is going to take account for CMC back there. And when you got Jordan Mason next to you, who's an unproven pass catcher, and you got Isaac Guerrero, who's an unproven pass catcher, the defense is not going to respect that. And so I feel like he had this intention and then was like, you know what? Fuck it. We're still going to roll with Mason and shotgun, Isaac Guerrero and shotgun, and try to roll with that. It worked from the 1 yard line to the 80-yard line, but the moment we got, like I said, in the red zone, it wasn't working anymore because, again, no one thought of him as a threat. And Mason wasn't being a distraction for the defense in the red zone. And so I agree that he didn't get away from the scheme and got stubborn there. And there was bright spots. Like there was from the, like I said, from the first to 80-yard line, I thought it was a crazy good offense for the first half of the season. You know, I thought it was pretty good. But you're giving him a C+?
Yeah.
For everything, all his decisions made. I'm going to give him a B-. I'm going to give him a B-. I understand that, and we get a lot of shit for this too, because a lot of people are not going to like that. I understand that he made mistakes. Obviously, you got B-. If you got B-, you had flaws. But he was still one of the better head coaches with the pieces and circumstances that was given to him. 6 wins with this, and pretty much faltering off towards the end of the season, went towards those losses just because the season was over and, you know, we want a better draft pick and players weren't playing. IR was crazy, injuries and stuff. So you're bound to lose those games at the end. B- because he got those 6 wins. He did make some he did beat the Cowboys, which was clutch. He beat the Buccaneers, which is a playoff win. He had a somewhat good offense from the 1 to 80-yard line. He knew how to use Mason. He knew how to use Garendo. He did do things. He got Kittle the ball respectively. We'll go through his stats. He actually was the most used receiver out there. He did get Juwan Jennings the ball, which was most, again, best option with Ayuk out. Yes, he made mistakes. All right. He should not have brought it. He should not have kept with the same scheme, because that was the downfall there. Like, you kept with the same scheme, trying to use this, like I said, with the going in there as if CMC is out there, and that was bad. And you could tell that didn't work in the red zone because there was no threat really, and the only person was Kittle. And also, you got the 6 wins. Mason, I don't like that too. I totally agree. Mason was playing really good, 5.2 yards a carry. He was doing phenomenal, and then you took him out for CMC, and then you forced the issue for those 3 games to get CMC going. And it's not like Mason was playing bad or like mid. He was playing really fucking good. He deserved those.
Every
reps.
2 carries was a first down.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Yeah.
And you took that away from him. So yeah, that's a knock on him. That's bad. That game against the Lions, crucial. Why the fuck are you doing pass? You become predictable at that point. And like I said, the safeties just have to read the routes at that point. Then they're not threatened by the run. So it's like, okay, let me read the play and I'm going to jump a route and get an interception. And that's exactly what happened. And I feel like that happened throughout the year too, where it's like 3rd and 4th quarter, like you just didn't believe in the defense enough. You didn't believe in the circumstances with the injuries and et cetera, where you felt like you had to push the issue far too often. And you were so desperate, and it kind of goes back to the CMC thing. You're so desperate to get back to the old 49ers. You were just like, let's force Ayuk the ball like crazy. Let's force CMC out there like crazy. Let's just force the issue of trying to get back to 2023 49ers instead of just working with your circumstance. But again, I thought he played pretty good despite the holdouts, despite the injuries. And I mean, there was fucking shit ton of them. Despite the washed-ass players, Debo, despite the rest issue, rest is a problem for players. It doesn't make them as good. It holds them back, and you can't get them to full potential. I just think that with everything that was given to him, he still scored 20-plus points. It's not like he was, there's some games where he scored 10-ish and stuff like that. But you can find the Eagles only scoring 10 points with everything they have. You can find the Chiefs only scoring 10 whatever points with what they had. You can find good teams only scoring mid-ass points while you have Kyle Shanahan scoring 20-plus points all the fucking time, despite all that bullshit. And then you got a rookie. I know we talked about the rookie defensive coordinator, but the rookie defensive coordinator made mistakes, allowing points after points after points. So did
Shanahan.
What's that?
So did Shanahan, who made plenty of mistakes.
Yeah, he made mistakes too, and that's why he's got a B-. But I think with what he was working for, I got to turn this on before my battery dies.
Hey, Strawberry, he wasn't injured before Christian McCaffrey got back. Just to answer your thing, that I know he was injured. Mason did get injured, but that wasn't before McCaffrey got back.
Yeah, I was also going to say that too. Is another thing for Mason was. But we'll talk about Mason later.
He got injured, but yeah, he wasn't injured before McCaffrey got back. I just want to address, because he said he missed 5 games, which he did, but that wasn't before McCaffrey got back. McCaffrey got back, and Mason was still healthy before that.
All right, I'm going to agree with Strawberry here, but we'll get to that when we get to that. But just to end my argument with Kyle Shanahan, I know Papa J's like fucking. He gave him a D, which honestly,
Papa J's probably a good path.
I'm giving him a B- with the circumstances that was given to him, with the defensive coordinator that he had. You even agree he wasn't that good. So you have to score a certain amount of points if he's not that good. You can't. It's not like he had a great defensive coordinator and then he was shit. He deserves a B- because he played better than I expected someone to deal with what they had, but he did make mistakes. And that's why he's got a B-. And I don't expect people to agree with me on that, but I'm not giving him an A. I'm not saying he's the best head coach. He was probably like 12th. He wasn't mid in my eyes. He made mistakes. He got away from philosophy, but I mean, he still scored 20-plus points. He did make some good decisions out there. He played Mason until CMC came out. He did do good things. He got Kittle the ball. He got Juwan Jennings the ball. I just think, with the circumstances he's had, it's very hard for a head coach, I think, to even win, to get 6 wins. to get 6 wins with what he was dealing with, I felt like would have been really fucking hard. So that's why he's got a B minus. But you got a D. Jake's got a D.
I didn't have a D. I had a C plus.
Yeah, C plus for him, which is actually really good. It's actually not bad. So we're close, but the B part is what's really hard for people to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Kyle got a D for as a head coach, a D minus as an offensive coordinator.
Nice.
Val says A. I don't know about that, but Val in the house. That one I don't know, brother. I don't know, my friend. All right. So let's get some of these comments, then we'll jump to the next one. But you gave him a C plus. I gave him a B minus. What do you think of my grade? Do you think it's fair?
Yeah, it's close enough to a C plus, so whatever.
Yeah, but there should be a C there for sure.
I don't think he gets a B, but yeah, I mean whatever.